Hi there guys, it's Joel here from Aussie Chart Trends. Today's market update is for Thursday the 10th of January 2013. In today's update we're going to check out the smp500 and then we're going to take a look at the asx200. Before we get into today's update, I've got to remind you guys that aussiecharttrends.com.au and this video are for educational purposes only. Nothing stated at the site or in this video is intended to be used as any form of investment advice. I'm not a licensed professional. You need to make your own decisions regarding your investments. I'm just here to help anyone searching for a practical direction in today's markets. So firstly, let's take a look at the S&P 500. On the daily chart here, we have mentioned previously that there was this overhead resistance line coming from our head and shoulders top that we had there in 2011. And I've drawn this line over the head and shoulders top that we had there in March of 2012, and we've just extended it out through this triple top formation, and we have seen the market resist off that 1470 level, and with good reason, because the market has actually resisted off this area every time we have come up to this point. Now we are still flirting with this area. Let's take a look on the hourly chart and see what's going on there. In yesterday's update, I was actually talking about the possibility that we'd see a move down to this blue line, because we had this little reversal pattern here that didn't actually play out. So there's one strike against me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to grab this blue line here and we're just going to lift it up and just move it to there. Now, if I grab this same measurement here that we measured from the depth of this little pattern up here, and we just add it on here, you'll notice, funny enough, it's actually the same measurement as what we had measured before. If we break out above this area, guys, we would be heading up then to around that 1475, 1476 area as a minimum expected target from this little pattern here. You can see there's a little left shoulder, a head. We've broken out from this channel. We haven't had a back test on this small channel. But guys, I don't want to get carried away with the small calls because we do have a target overall of that 1530 area by looking at the daily chart here and only measuring from the depth that we have here from this red neckline that I've got drawn here, that we do have a target, a minimum expected move up to that 1520, 1530 area. Now you'll also know that we have been talking about a potentially larger inverted head and shoulders pattern. But we do need to see more evidence of a breakdown. A move down would be a healthy thing, I think. If we could find support around that 1440 area and then move back up to take out that 1470 high, we would be fairly bullish on the market. But let's just keep in mind for now, in tonight's trade, if we can get over this 1465 area, we should have a 10-point move up or so, up around that 1475 area, 1476 as a minimum expected target, and then we do have this overhead resistance line from our top channel blue line. Alright, let's take a look at the asx200. Looking here at the hourly chart of the asx200, the fact that we've seen that the market come down and stop here and then come up and start bouncing around between this new bottom line that I've got drawn here and our bottom green channel line, it just seems a little bit odd that the market has been weaving in and out of this area. Now, if we just go back a little bit and we draw a line over this peak over here, and we just extend this out, you can see where the asx200 has found an area there of support. So I think this is definitely worth keeping an eye on. That 4690 area is definitely an area where the markets have found a nice area of support. That's another sign of strength for the asx200. The fact that we broke this green channel line, now we've gotten back into it. It looks as if this would hold up as support in the future if we did come back down to this level. So that the positive sign for now is that a new level there of support on the chart, and we also have this rising level of support here around that 4685 level. Let's take a look on the 20-minute chart and just get a feel for what's going on there in the short term. Looking here on the 20-minute chart, you can see I've drawn this line over the top peak that we had there around that 4,750 level, and we've extended that over these 4 peaks that we've had. So the asx200 is trying to get over this descending line, and you'll also notice that I've got 2 other lines drawn on the chart, which represents a symmetrical triangle pattern, and we could expect, if the market breaks up, that we would see a move up to around that 4,765 level as an expected target from this pattern. If we break to the downside, well, we would then see a break of our green channel line, and I would say then we would get a trip back down to lower levels of support. But I think it's fairly unlikely at this stage that we would break down. It's just good to keep an open mind, especially at the moment. I don't want to let the market sway our thought process. So that's fairly much it for today, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back Saturday for the weekly review.